Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jorge Cipriano. I'm the coordinator of MS Telecom and management coordinator. I'm going to speak a bit about our experience with the launching of our new product that is MS Cloud. In August, we launched in the Angolan market a cloud, and I'll share with you a bit of what has been our experience. Before, I'd like to start by thanking the organization for the invitation sent to MS Telecom, and I would also like to thank our old man, our brother Silvio, for giving us this opportunity. And I'd also like to congratulate you for this great initiative. Even though we are few, I would like to say that whenever someone would like to think about writing the book on TICS or IT in Angola, they should not forget your name. Congratulations. Where should I point? Okay. So I'll start by speaking about what is our role and our journey at AMS Telecom with Cloud Project. Why did we adopt cloud? What's the amount of the value of business in cloud for the company that wants to work with cloud? What are the steps that was taken by cloud in order for us to launch this innovating product in Angola? What are the opportunity that we can give to our client? And also going to speak about how we did the strategy of migration from our cloud client, and also speak about how is our migration project or getting a client and bringing it to cloud, and after to speak a bit about capacity building for the teams. We did a lot of things, and a lot of things was done. It's not possible to show, but I looked at some of the issues that I believe that it was be good for us to share with you all. As I said before, as coordinator of digital transformation, I was the team leader of Cloud Project since its designing phase up to the phase where we launched it. And in the first day of its implementation, I was also there, even though nowadays I'm no longer connected to the project. We have a who's taking care of the project. So I'm going to speak about what was done, and in a summarized manner, I'll present what's been done by you. Before I start, I'd like to speak a bit about MS Telecom. MS Telecom was founded 20 years ago in the Angolan market, and it focused on telecom. Due to digital transformation, there was a need of us to follow the technological innovation happening in the world. We had to change a bit what was our strategy. We had to change our vision, our mission, and become a IT company. So with the perspective that in order to provide service to the Angolan market, so we want by 2022 to become one of the best company in the Southern African region as well as the Portuguese-speaking country community. So we want to have our name in SADC region and in Portuguese-speaking community, PALOP. So our challenge was to started as a telecom company to manage to a managed service provider company. So we wanted to maintain what has been our core business in these 20 years with various technology and experience that we'll be using in the telecom world. And now we did that change of core business to a managed service provider. And with cloud project, and we saw that this is a great challenge. Besides this concept that everyone here knows, and for us, our cloud does not help to change the business of our client. We won't we're not doing any cloud. So for us, the meaning of a cloud is to be able to make sure that this investment will help to change the business of our client, not only in Angola, but also in the Southern African region, as well as the Portuguese speaking community, PALOP, and for whoever wants to benefit from our new product. Why is that MS Telecom adopted this cloud business? Why did we adopt that? Obviously, this has to do with the great transformation happening in the world. And if you have to look at the existing number, we can easily understand that the tendency nowadays is to use cloud. Nowadays, there are more companies, the innovating technologies present in the technological world, they do not exist if they don't have cloud, or if they exist, their cost of implementation without using cloud it to be huge, because nowadays everything ends up using a cloud platform. Reason why, when it came to conclusion of this situation, we made this investment and we conducted a study at IDC that states that 1.7 trillion US dollars will be used all over the world in order to create new business model and the operational efficiency for the client. So this is our vision. So if I'm able to get a piece of that amount to aggregate value to our objective at MS Telecom, because besides making profit, we want to create and generate innovating technology that will bring well-being to our populations. If you have to get a piece of that amount to improve the living conditions for population, we should do it. Why do we adopt cloud? There are three tendencies that has been helping. That's is helping us to open so that we can understand that there's a good or great profitability by using cloud. And one of them is the digital platform and the ecosystem. I don't speak well English, and suddenly if I try to speak some words in English, I end up making myself ridicule. And today I'll be able to be in WhatsApp, people laughing at me, as happened to some Angolan officials who try to speak English, and they become they became the laughing stock of in the country. So I don't want to make that mistake. So I continue speaking Portuguese. So that these three tendencies, we use the ISO application from cloud. We've got an interesting data. By 2021, to be wasted in cloud service as well as hardware, software, and service that provide service to cloud service, to end up wasting about 430 billion US dollars in order to maintain this cloud platform. We're speaking about 2021 and 2022, so the 2 years, 2021, sorry, 2 years to reach 2021. So if you, during these periods of time, I'll be able to get 22 billion I believe that I'll be happy with my business. In this 22 million, if I get a cut for our social responsibility and be able to generate and work for the well-being of our population, yes, I believe that will be before a great commitment that will only help to develop our company, but also to help developing our country. Nowadays, with cloud, I believe that we are witnessing using a platform that will help our clients to connect and to get closer to the people and provide data and process in a new way of embracing all these possibilities that technological innovations been bringing. So cloud nowadays is all the support so that the client or those those who have their business and need to make sure that their business becomes profitable. So everything that is developed will end up having or basing themselves or depending on cloud. Reason why?
Agora já me perdi. Desculpa. Ok. Alguma coisa está errada aqui. Estou perdido. Certo. Ok. E com isso tudo nós percebemos.
With this, we understand that the future is venturing to cloud. We lived in the past and we are beginning to live the present, and we are seeing that the future will depend on cloud. Whoever tries to develop a solution or an app, they build it thinking on cloud. So with the numbers, it is easy for us to understand these tendencies. The small and the huge companies, they're about 75% of the migration revenue for the cloud servers. So 90% of the organization end up using cloud in the infrastructure up to 2020. If we have to look at this number, what are we looking at? With this number, we can understand that cloud is this world that will help the organizations to be able to become wealthy, to have operational efficiency, agility, everything that our technology years ago were not able to bring to a business. Cloud nowadays, in terms of digital transformation, they bring a new way of us managing in a different manner our IT. And this is also helping to change the business. Nowadays, the business are changing the module of a business, and this module of business is changing because of cloud. What used to be the IT traditional mode of management is no longer used nowadays. It end up in a way becoming becoming or be, to remain behind because nowadays the companies, the corporations, the investors, they they need to change what is being or they used to use innovating technology. Nowadays, technology changes day by day. What is done today, what was done yesterday is no longer used today. So the business module of a company it changes, and that happens due or because of cloud. We have identified four categories in our process of cloud implementation so that we can make this jump, we identify four categories. One that is to do with cost and benefit. And nowadays, there's a huge opportunity for the clients to be able to save what will be their investment so that they would buy infrastructure and keep their infrastructure. So nowadays, cloud, in a way, so in terms of cost and benefits, we have got the change from capex to opex, and the company does a great investment and end up doing this investment. So in operational point of view, rather than wasting a lot of money by purchasing through the servers in the construction of new data center and so on. So the companies in the financial institution, they don't have that financial um, power that allows them to do the investment, allow them to have enough money to improve their infrastructure. At cloud, we are able to find and use all the infrastructure that, in the point of view of investment, they can do it. And years ago, it was not possible. Cloud also came to our business. Well, in my local infrastructure, for me to install a server or an app, it would take a project of 1 or 2 months. With cloud, everything changes. Everything is much quicker. To do provision of a machinery with cloud, it can be done in a few minutes. You can put a lot of machinery at cloud, and the point of view of agility or creating business, the investor, if he wants an app today, he can get it the next day. So they no longer say, okay, I want an app 20 over after 6 months. So the business, they demand that. And this is possible to be found in cloud. In terms of quality of the services, there's improvement of performance in cloud. There's what I have today, and if I don't want to have tomorrow, I can go to cloud server and say I don't want these two servers. I want a server or just one server. If I've got one server fee for CPU, and I can say I don't want only one of two. What's this for? If after a week I buy a new app and I need another four machine, I go to my cloud service, in this case MS Telecom, and I create another four machinery for my business. There's this advantage. It can grow as well as it can decrease, but in a second it can grow and they can do it without any problem. Now the issues about the new scenarios, for example, we're speaking about big data, machine learning, artificial intelligence, digital transformation, all this platform, all this innovating technology, they are part of cloud that are proliferated all over the world. So these four categories are the focal point for the success of digital transformation. Speaking about digital transformation in the world is obviously, or we should not stop thinking about cloud. If I have to think about the X, you have to think that behind that we have got cloud. So what did we do in order to implement our cloud? I'm making a summary. It was a 6-month project that started in January, and we launched the cloud on the 2nd of August. So we started first by defining what type of cloud we wanted to use, what would be a cloud solution to be used, if it would be AWS or Google platform or other apps. So we conducted a study in the market to understand what type of client we had in Angola that would join such apps. So we selected the clients and we conducted an inquiry to our clients at MS Telecom and also looked for other clients that would join cloud, and we offered the price to them. So during the project, we also took into account other aspects, and some of them I'm going to highlight here. So after that, we started our first migration practical project, and after that, we brought the new clients and started migrating the client. So having cloud is something. The other things is attracting our client to join to cloud project. So it requires capacity, technical capacity, responsibility. You don't just say, okay, I've got cloud and my client should come and join the project. No, it requires technical competence. Reason why I bring here before you my experience to share with you how it was possible in the first migrating process and how it was done and how we attracted clients to our project. So our technical proposal based on Azure Stack from Microsoft as Azure, that is the public cloud, and it also supplies Azure Stack for the platform for whoever wants to be cloud service provider. So we bought Microsoft Azure Stack because it's a private service of MS Telecom, but give public service to its clients. So whoever who buys Microsoft Azure Stack in any part of the world, they can benefit and buy the services from Azure Stack from MS Telecom. So in other words, this is our platform. We've got two stack, one in Benfica and another one in the special economic zone in Rwanda, and that's in our data center. During the morning session, we spoke a bit about the data center, and we spoke about two data center. One is ZE, another in Benfica. Today, our platform of Azure Stack is in these two data center and is available for our clients. I would like to say that nowadays we're using TI local. It became a traditional, and TI is being used as a center of nowadays understood in this way, the center of cost. Because a lot of service nowadays are migrating to cloud, and obviously the technical capacities that and competencies that I have in the traditional IT is not the same that I need to have when I am using cloud. Our experience shows that everyone who joined this project years ago did not used to work in any cloud project, did not benefit from any training. So we had to adapt, stop using traditional IT and benefit from capacity building to know how to manage cloud. Even though we're in the learning phase, even though we're implementing cloud project, but we're also learning in a continuous manner and we're also benefiting from continuous capacity building so that we can guarantee the desirable quality from by our clients, so that we can make sure that our clients are satisfied. And according in experience is different to having IT at home than having it in cloud. I only have 2 minutes. I have to speak faster. So, in other words, how did you build this practice of migration, dependentness of market, the opportunity of our partners, and the imperative of technology that depends on human beings? And you also did the typical migration of clients to cloud. How can we monitor the clients that can join, and all the parts on as security compliance for cloud, and all the parts on differentiation from Azure to Microsoft? I've got some numbers that I won't mention it. For us to migrate to cloud, we had to understand the purpose of the value of our clients. We needed to understand the client and make an assessment of all the infrastructure for our clients. And after helping the client to know what should be used in cloud and not everything should be used in cloud, we need to check the prerequisite, outline the priority, and after helping the client to choose, so we provide infrastructure as a service inside our Azure Stack. So we're not offering software as a service, but we every client that needs a platform of infrastructure that they had at the data center, the same infrastructure, be it network servers, firewalls, operational system, every type of visualization, we can hand it over as a service. And all the platform of service for developers with software and all chain of development, we provide that as a service. Unfortunately, my time is over. I did not manage well my time. I believe that my time is over. I'd like to apologize. I spoke a lot. I did not control time, but I'm here for Q&A session. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much.
Muito obrigado mais uma vez, Jorge. The moderator
Dashak to tell us about MOG, and when I stand up, Dashak, it means you have 2 minutes. Okay, so we're giving you 20 minutes starting now.
Sounds good. All right, hopefully you can hear me. All right, let me see. Okay. So I'll try to be brief about this. So my name is Darshak Thakur. I am representing today on behalf of MOG, and I'm actually representing on behalf of Severin Walker, who is the chair of the MOG working group right now. Unfortunately, he couldn't come here today because of some conflict, so I'm covering for him, and he sends his apologies for not being there. So what is MOG? MOG stands for, I think if you can look up there on the title, it stands for Messaging, Malware, and Mobile Anti-Abuse Working Group. This is sort of a working group that has mainly been developed or kind of formed in US, but we have actually representations from a lot of places around the world. If you can see, there's representations from other countries or other continents, and we are, and one of the reasons I guess I'm here, right, and to talk about MOG is we also want